Just checking out the weights on this character. First thing I noticed, it doesn't look like you've weighted the head. So I'll do that first. It is covered in the module, by the way. Um, just showing you where it's covered. Um, I think on yeah, this exact thing is here. It shows the head and it shows how to fix the head, um, step by step, and there's a video on it. So, I mean, I'm happy to show you again here. I'm just saying. So let's isolate selected. Is that two surfaces combined or is that just one surface? Huh. Anyway, um, I'll leave it. So, right mouse click, paint skin weights tool, and let's just unlock everything. Right mouse click, unlock inverse selection. Okay. And let's go to head and replace with a value of 1 flood. And then let's do some rows on the neck. Probably these. And let's do neck and flood those. I'll just hit 5 so you can see the color feedback. I don't know if you plan to use the jaw joint on... Oh, interesting, the jaw joint is not bound. It's not included in the bind on this one. Well, let's just do the head and neck then. Unless you plan to use it, we can circle back, let me know. So then what I would do is then just select everything, the chest through the head, right mouse click, lock inverse selection. So now when I smooth, it can only pass it between these points. And so now I'll just go to smooth and flood. And maybe do the same for the head. Okay, and let's take a look at how that's working now. Okay, now the head's moving properly, but the eyeballs are not. And did you put the eyeball joints in the correct place? It looks like you did not. It's hard to tell right now. Maybe you did. Let me just hide this head. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe those are all right. Oh, no, clearly not. Yeah, so the eyeballs are in completely the wrong spot. So in that case, we're going to have to go back to the fit skeleton. So let's toggle fit skeleton. And the way I was doing this was taking this. So select this first, then shift select this joint. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay, and then do where's the constrain menu? Constrain point options. Make sure maintain settings off. Wait. Why didn't it move? Oh, where's the pivot point for this guy? Let's unlock it. Oh, the pivot point of that is in the wrong spot. That's interesting. So let's center the pivot. Center pivot, there we go. Okay, now let's try that again. This and then that, and constrain point. Good, that moved it to the right spot. And then we'll do edit, delete by type, constraint. Great. And now let's rebuild the skeleton. Alright, let's try that. Hopefully that's correct. Alright, we've got a problem. And also the hand's not lined up at all. Let's delete these out. And how did the hand get messed up? Or was that already messed up? I guess that's, well, it's not that great. I guess that's okay. I mean, you can put more time into it if you want. Let's see if it lets me rebuild it now. I'll try deleting these out. Oop, that didn't work. Yikes. Okay, let's see if it lets me do it now. Let's see what it's saying. Object prefix group found, which means the previous build failed. Try to undo a previous build to restore a functional advanced skeleton. Let's just try deleting that out. See if it lets us do it now. Man. Let's try reopening the file. I mean, the hand looks okay here. Maybe it was that thing when it said go to the bind pose, that thing. Let's see if it lets us reset the pose. Okay. And let's try to do the eyeball thing again. So unlock this. Center the pivot. And shift select this. Wait, is that the right? Oh no, we have to go back to fit skeleton for that. Let's try to go back to fit skeleton. Oh, look, the hand's already wrong. So as soon as I go to fit skeleton, yeah, the hand moves. Well, that's not good. Um, Also, it doesn't want to. It doesn't seem to want to rebuild it after. Yeah, look at that. Um, Edit, delete by type, constraints. Unhide this. This looks. It's interesting. It looks like the head is offset too. Oh yeah, even before I switched to fit skeleton, the whole head is offset to the side. It's not centered. Right. I don't know. It's enough problems. I think I would probably just start over. Um, yeah, which means the eyes are also off center. Oh, and those are locked. Yeah, it's totally asymmetrical too. I mean, the head's kind of, the geometry is kind of a mess. Um, just curious what's going on with the hands off. Yeah, I would start over. It's just there's too many things that are, broken and messy. You never fix that mouth geometry. I think I went over that several times in previous modules. Um, um, oh yeah, that's what I thought. These are two separate surfaces. There's no reason to combine those. That's not a good thing to do. Um, yeah, the geometry of this is just really a mess. Um, I mean, there's so many problems in here. Was it like that when I opened it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing to do is to fix the geometry if you really want this to be better. Um, Gosh, it's just so sort of twisted. Um, yeah, and you have this crazy face here, which is no good. A lot of overlapping faces here. It's hard to tell what's going on there. Yeah, and then just a lot of not so good topology here. Yeah, look at that. It's like zigzagging here. Just gonna delete out some faces till I can figure out what's going on here. Actually, it will let me fill hole. Okay, and then I can start putting back in the edges. Okay. Yeah, it's also twisted. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just, wow. Okay, well, maybe that's at least enough to try and mirror it again, but it's so, um, oops. Just trying to straighten this out a little bit. Um, I don't know which side to delete, if one's better than the other. Make sure symmetry is off. It is good. Okay. Guess I'll delete that side. And then just deselect these on the bottom here. Whoops. Looks like I missed. I guess these should have been deleted as well. Okay, let's try that again. Whoops. Okay. Alright, and now let's move those to the center line. Actually, I think we need to move this whole thing over a bit. And move and absolute transform 0 in the X. Okay. That's all in the center line now. And then object, shift right mouse click. Oh god, let's delete history. Shift right mouse click. Mirror options from the negative to the positive side. Let's make sure cut geometry is turned off. Combine with original, automatic, custom, 0.001 mirror. Okay, it is a bit wider now, but it's symmetrical, and the geometry is a little bit better. We could probably kind of symmetry is on. Why is it symmetrical in the wrong direction? X-axis. Symmetry is not working right. That's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, look at that. That's not right. Could try it again, I guess. Should be good. That's very odd that the symmetry wouldn't work. Anyway, I guess I'll just do without it. I'll put another curve in here. Connect that up. Probably there. Connect that up. Just trying to even out the topology a little bit because there's so many extremely stretched faces. These I'd probably merge. Just G for previous function. Maybe these two. Oops. And then maybe just to get quads, we can go across here. And again, we've got a majorly big. This is pulled too far. Guess I'll do another one around there. And these, whoops. W axis normal, and let's just pull this out a little bit to kind of round that out some. And we could do the same for this one. Wondering if we really need quite so many edges here. Not sure what that one's meant to be doing. Shift right mouse click delete edge. I don't think that changed anything. Do we need this one? I don't think so. I might take these edges and just give them some. Well, I guess we should check this first. Alright, well, maybe we'll just leave that like it is. I mean, that's starting to look a little bit like better geometry. So I just deleted history. I'll save this as number 2. Oh. Let's reset the pose. I mean, we should unbind skin off of all this because I mean the model's so messed up. I would just redo the binding. Oops. Wow. It's not good. Let's just delete history then, if it's going to be like that. And then I'll just delete out the whole rig. What's that? Is that something you need? Maybe take that out. Do we need all these extra cameras? get everything centered. Well, this should be centered. This is also kind of asymmetrical and a bit of a mess. But it's hidden by the mask, so I might just leave it. But really, you should clean up that similarly. It's just I mean, and then probably reposition these eyeballs. Maybe this has to scale in a bit. And center the pivot on that. And it's just freeze transformation on this. Group it to itself and duplicate it, and then scale -1 for the other one. And this can be L eyeball. So I think that, yeah, I can see the hands wrong. It's the same thing. Well, group it to itself, duplicate, -1 in the X direction. Oh, that's interesting. Does that mean the jacket's not symmetrical either? Jeez. Okay, so isolate that. Yeah, nothing was built symmetrically on this, which is going to make the rigging just not work. So you can't, yeah, I can just see this is all wobbly at the bottom, and just delete off half of that. Grab these verts. And make sure those are centered. 0 and mirror. Okay, and then unisolate that, which probably is, you know, if you, amazingly the texturing looks okay still. And I bet you the pants are not, while we're at it, symmetrical. Nope. Or were they in some kind of pose or something? Maybe it was posed, maybe that was the problem. Maybe they were symmetrical, but when I deleted history, the pose wasn't reset. I thought I reset the pose though. I just, out of curiosity, open up the old one. I mean, I can tell the legs are different even when the pose is reset. Let me just see what happens if we unbind these. Oh, okay, so it did have something to do with the bind. Yeah, when I unbind it, a bunch of stuff flew off, so I deleted the history. Oh, so maybe they were, well, but even that, let's see what happens when I unbind that one. Well, anyway, I'm sort of too far down that road on the other one. Maybe I'll export those out and import them. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, this one seems ready to start over with a fit skeleton now. Just make sure history is deleted on all this stuff. Alt-Shift-D. Yeah, so I would just start from this point and do the fit skeleton. Let me know if you need help with that, but you should just be able to follow the steps.